All right. The big team reveal, team selection for round of 16. We're finally here, guys. It's D Day. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get into my team and why I have made the selection for this round of 16. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Am I nervous? Yes, a little bit. Kind of. All right. Now, um, I wanted to go crazy in the defense, and I'll explain why. Explain is sort of like a little vintage nudge nudge. Explain why. Um, so let's start from the keeper and let's work our way up. And there are some key players that are not in my draft, like Kylian Mbappe. And what? Mbappe? Um, and others as well. So let's get into this and I'll explain why basically. But before we do, just a couple of reminders in terms of what you have. So you have 105, right? If you guys don't know this yet, you have 105 now because we're basically getting into the higher echelon now of teams. And so there's going to be a lot of players who are highly priced, which we're really going to want. Now, with that, we're also going to have three transfers going into the quarterfinals. So after this, we're going to have three transfers going into the semifinals, four transfers into the quarterfinals, and then five transfers into the final, right? And with that also grows the number of players you can select from a team. So it's four players that we can select right now in the last round of 16, and then it's going to go five, six. I think it's actually five. It jumps, but in the final, it jumps to eight players that can be selected from one team. So, um, having that in mind as well, you also need to be well aware of which teams are on what side of the actual run into the final. Okay, that way you can also sort of like have an idea as to like, okay, cool, should I go heavy on France? Um, because they're playing Belgium now. I think they're going to be Belgium, but if they go through and Portugal's playing, I believe, Slovenia, then Portugal goes through, then they're actually going to meet head to head. So you also got to kind of strategically think, okay, who can I put more? Who can I play more in terms of that? So that has to go into your team before like that has to go into your team decision making. So let's get into my team decision making now that we know those things. Starting with the goalkeepers. Like I've said, I've picked from what I call A side and B side. Now, A side I call basically like that's the France, that's the Belgium, that's the Portugal side, that's the Spain, that's the Germany, that's that side of the run in towards the final, basically, right? And from that side, I've picked the Spain goalkeeper, okay? And from the B side, which is the Netherlands, Romania, Austria, Turkey, uh, um, England, um, that side. That side I've basically called B side. I've picked Verbruggen from Netherlands, right? So that either way, those teams, they can go in from the running. But besides that, these two teams have very favorable fixtures. I don't think there's much to really talk about. They play on different days as well. So if Unai Simon doesn't work, then I've got Verbruggen who's playing Romania, which regardless, it's the round of 16. All matches all are going to be very, very tough. So I just feel like they are the best in terms of the A and the B side. And yeah, they're highly favorable. I think they're most likely going to be one of the most highly picked. But yeah, I've seen a lot of drafts, and honestly, no team is wrong, no team is right. I've seen drafts very different from mine, and the team looks excellent. So this is just my pick with my logic. Yeah, you guys can run with it, or you can let me know, Cat, you're crazy. Cool. Now going into the defense, I think the defense is fairly going to be the same. Excuse me. I think the defense is fairly going to be the same because we're definitely going to have two Spain in that back line of five, and that's mostly going to be Carvajal, Cucurella, and then along with that, Gehi and Mitchell start, and then Cancelo. There are some honorable mentions like Italy's defense. Bastoni's got very good um, um, recovery points, ball recovery points. But I think it's very obvious we all want to capitalize on the Spain versus Georgia game. But now this is where like the whole conundrum comes in when it comes to the picking from which side as well, because in Spain goes through and Germany go through, they play each other, right? So you think to yourself, oh man, and this is where I wanted to go crazy, and I'm still thinking about it because it's Georgia and because of the struggle for clean sheets from the obvious teams. Bro, I won't lie to you. I just wanted to sort myself out and go Spain back four. Just have Unai Simon and like three defenders from Spain. And like, I just feel like a clean sheet is bang there. Like, you're going to get it. There's no debate about it. Like, that will be the freak thing that happens if Spain does not get a clean sheet from that game. That is just me. No disrespect to Georgia. They came this far, but I ain't going to lie to you. Spain is a whole nother game. Okay? So held back because of the game with Germany there. Even with Spain against Germany in my head, I'm just like, yo, Spain's gonna win it. But I just feel like Germany can win. Germany can score in that game, so Spain can concede. Um, so I just felt to myself like, look, you don't want to make too many transfers for that next round. And look, I've still got my wild card, but along with my strategy, I'm not like determined to use my wild card in the quarterfinals. For me, the wild card, if I can hold on to it till the semifinals, perfect. If I go with all Spain in my defense, I would be using this round of 16 um, free transfers as a free hit, and then I would most likely go into that that quarterfinals using my wild card because I wouldn't want a lot of Spain against Germany because with this with the rules here, it's you will lose your clean sheet even if the teams go to 0-0 extra time and they score like in the 116th minute, you'll lose your clean sheet, and I don't want to do that, man. I'd rather spread it out in the next round. But for this round, I'm still thinking about it. Um, Again, Gehi, very good recovery points, nailed in that England side. He's on the other side, which is B side for me. Um, yeah, and then the only thing I don't like about this is that there's basically only England that's only England that is on that A side. Everybody else is on the B side. Everybody else is from the A side in my defense. So they're all gonna eventually meet up with each other, and that's gonna force me to make a lot of substitutions, and that's why I say you got to take in mind those type of things as well. But yeah, that's my defense. I didn't go with the reason also why I didn't go with for Spain in the back is because Mitchell Stat is he's also got a favorable fixture. So I think there's rumors with Fulkirk striker starting as well. Apparently he might be sacrificed for Witzel. Um, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And if he's in there, then I think Mitchell Stark will just be firing balls into that box on the ground and both in the air. And I think he'll be a very great asset there. He's also got very good ball recovery points. So let's see. Let's see how that goes. On to the midfield. This was tough for me. I won't lie to you. Boom. Very tough. Now I think um, I'm gonna go and start with the players which are not obvious, right? And that's gonna be Sabitzer and Barella. Now you saw um, my team that I did for you guys. If you haven't, go and check that video out. I had um, I had Kante in there, right? And this is where I said, okay, look, I really need to break from the A and the B side here, right? To also try and minimize myself from using too many transfers or having to go into the minus or even using my wild card when I don't want to use my wild card. And so I had to pick somebody from the B side, which is that side of Netherlands, Romania, Austria, Turkey, England, England, Slovenia, Italy, and I forgot who Italy is going to play. Switzerland. I had to go with somebody from there, and I said, okay, look, I looked at that game of Turkey versus the Austrians, and I said to myself, Ordgula versus Sabitzer. I think the Austrians are going to come out on top there. I just looked at Turkey. I said, Turkey are a very good team. They've got the talent. My opinion, soccer, soccer, football's football, and I think that Sabitzer and team are really going to come out on top there. So I went for Sabitzer over Ordgula, and yeah, he's got good football recovery runs as well, good ball recovery points. He's scored, I've got a bit of recency bias there. So I think he's going to give me a very good impact for that team. Definitely nailed on as well. And he also plays on the second. So I've got a captaincy option if I need him as a captaincy option on the second in the midfield, basically. And then with Nico Barella, for me, it's more of that Kante vibe where he really has got very good ball recovery points. And I feel like those ball recovery points, the reason why I mention them a lot is because I think we really also have to take them into high consideration. A lot of players are blanking, man, and they're not even getting those ball recovery points. And those ball recovery points are working out for those random high top managers that are picking these guys we don't even think of. And Kante's out there getting man of the match of the man of the match and ball recoveries, and it's just like he's not even scoring goals or assisting. You understand? And a guy who's in the central of the park, who's able to control the game, honestly is a high value asset and who gets those ball recoveries. I feel Barella does that, and he also gives you a lot of options moving up, meaning that he can also add an assist to that. So I feel like he's the perfect person to go with in that Italy game with Switzerland because they're going to be busy. They definitely going to be busy. That Switzerland team is a really, really good team. So I do bank Italy to win it, but I think Barella's going to be working in that midfield. So that's where that decisions come from. Musiala is Musiala. He's the talisman of the team, really. I don't think there's anything to debate about it. Yeah, we can talk about him or Gundogan. In fact, that Gundogan's got penalties, but I just feel like Musiala's a lot more mobile, everywhere, all over the pitch, in the box, outside the box, getting in, putting the crosses. So um, he's really able to get any type of points that you need him to get as well. So definitely go for him. I just feel like with Jude Bellingham, I didn't want him because I feel like England hasn't necessarily kicked on. And hey, look, they could kick on in the next stages. But or they could have one of those tournaments like Portugal did, where they were just nicking it like by one. And with your midfield, you're really hoping for a player who's going to come in and haul, goal, assist, ball recovery points, and man of the match. That's what you're expecting with the Jude Bellingham, and he just hasn't delivered on that. But I mean, yeah, I could go for Nico Williams. I just don't feel like he has that route to points when it comes to the ball recoveries. I'm really going to be hoping for him to just be giving an assist and goals. And yeah, Spain, they pulled up the ball, they knock the ball around sometimes. And he's, from what I've seen, mainly on the pass before the goal. He's the assist man. I haven't really seen him. I mean, on the breaks, yeah, fine. But yeah, man, he's looking to be that final pass before the goal. So, and that's just my opinion. Look, he's definitely getting himself in good scoring positions, but I just haven't seen him take it. He's usually getting the ball out wide. He's hanging very far out wide, and then he's cutting inside to make that final pass to the striker. So yeah, I just felt like Jude Bellingham has the potential to do what I was mentioning. Those ball recoveries, the assists, and goals, and man of the match. So I'm hoping with him. I'm hoping he kicks on. Um, and really, it's the same with Bruno Fernandes. I think they're very much the same in terms of their routes to points. They can really get the same amount. You're playing both near the striker, behind the striker there. So um, on those fast breaks, they're making that run there with the striker, like Bruno's Fernandes goal that he got, where Cristiano assisted him as well. So yeah, that's really the midfield. Cool. Let's get into the forwards. The moment we've been waiting for. Kat, who do you have up front? Um, Cristiano Ronaldo, Cody Gakpo, and Lamine Yamal. Now, I decided to stay away from the Belgium game, right? I just said, nah, it's too unpredictable. In all honesty, guys, yes, France are the favorites. Kylian Mbappe, 100%. I would not be surprised if he scores. So he's not a bad option. Cool. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't score. If he just gets an assist. And the truth is, man, the strikers have honestly been so disappointing this tournament. There hasn't been a striker that we have picked from the big teams, that's really delivered for us. I think we're just disappointed by the the Lukaku captaincy. Um, but yeah, I feel like this previous match day was just like should have like confirmed everything about honestly the striking department. So yeah, I'm just not gonna go and invest that money right now in that type of a game because I wouldn't be surprised if Belgium lock it down because they can. Then with England, it's the very same thing as Belgium. They just haven't kicked on, and I just thought to myself, well, let me get the Spain attacker. And I thought about Morata because I think he's definitely going to be on the end of a lot of those balls. But I just felt like Yamal's cutting in and he's taking a shot on that left. He has a higher scoring potential than Nico Williams does, um, being on the other side, on the opposite side. So he can both score and he can also assist. I feel like with Morata and Lamar as well has ball recovery points, which is very surprising for a person who's in his position because Saka is not doing any ball recoveries and he's in the mid. He's labeled as a midfielder. Now, don't ask me how they do that. If Lamar is like a striker, then and Saka's a midfielder, then yeah, they should be one. They're playing the same position and almost kind of like the same formation, almost. But anyway, yeah, uh, Jamal can get those ball recoveries. He can assist. He can score. So he's doing all of those things. Whereas Morata is really only just getting himself in those scoring positions, and of course playing, holding up the ball, and then passing it to Lamal and them. So he's not necessarily. I don't think that he's really gonna do the ball recovery as well. And yeah, he'll get an assist and he can get an assist and he can score. I just feel like Lamal's a lot more exciting and highly involved. So I'll definitely go with him for this pick here. And then Cody Gakpo, I feel like, yeah, fine. Depay, he's been my choice in the group stages, just hasn't delivered. I really need to change. Really, really needed to change there. So I'm going with Cody Gakpo. He's a lot more exciting as well. Definitely takes a lot of shots, and yeah, we'll see. And Depay is also not a bad choice, guys. He scored recently. So um, yeah, if you want to go with the recency bias there and just like back him, then that's absolutely okay because he's also on set pieces and he might also be first choice for penalties ahead of um, Van Dijk. Van Dijk did take it during the qualifiers because Depay was absent during that time. So with him being back, I believe Depay is definitely on penalties. So Depay is a very good alternative there if you're looking at yeah picking him, and then Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not gonna lie to you. Out of Lukaku, Kane, Mbappe, out of those teams haven't necessarily clicked yet. And so, attacking wise, they don't look like they can go and score 3 goals. I feel like Portugal looks like they can go and score 3 goals. And we can't even take Portugal's last game against Georgia because it was their second string team, Um, and Ronaldo's doing everything he could, But with the backing that Ronaldo has from the first string team of Portugal, um, he just needs to be in the right place, right time. Hope that he's not offside, and yeah, he'll score. And I still believe in what I say, where he hasn't scored yet, so that means he's definitely going to score. He's also looking for that record of scoring in a consecutive 6 consecutive European final. So this man's going to score. And my fear, my fear is the very same one I had in the previous video with Kane. I fear that actually when this guy scores, he's just going to go wild and like score a hat trick, So, yeah, man, that's my thing. And yeah, that's my choice there. I think we can talk about captaincies here. Captaincies for the day for me. On the 29th, Musiala. On the 30th, I am thinking of going with the Spain defender. I think I might go with Carvajal or Cucurella, one of the two. I'm not going to go with Jude. And then, yeah, not going to go with Jude. And then, if I'm not happy there, then I would switch to the first being Bruno, of course. And then if I'm still not happy there, then on the second, I would actually jump up to Cody Gakpo and not Marcel Sabitzer. I mean, I'll be honest with you. That game with Netherlands and Romania, I think is going to be very tough for the Netherlands. I think they will actually concede. Um, I think they'll concede, but I just think it's going to be very tough for them. You saw the Netherlands in that previous game; it was very hard for them, and I think Romania is a very well organized team, very very organized team. Especially defensively, there's not a lot that's going to go past them. So I am thinking about Marcel Savitzer because I think that I don't see Netherlands getting three past them, three past Romania. I don't. That's just me, and I think it's going to be like a close one, like a 1-0 or something. And I have to hope Cody Gakpo's at the end of that, and all my actual captaincies before that work out. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they do, and yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that's my team. That's my team. Going into the deadline, I will be keeping a close eye on any other team news, and maybe I'll have some changes there. Maybe I'll go crazy with Spain. But other than that, if you guys are interested in what type of a team I would have picked for you guys, then you need to check that video over there. Check that video out, and please leave your comments in the comment section. What do you think of my team? Do you think I'm crazy? Think this is okay? This is good? Give me a heads up on some other tips or things that you guys think that I've missed out on. Other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and good luck for the round of 16.